Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye of Forum for Democratic Change, FDC, 2001 to 2016. He was the president of the Forum for Democratic Change, FDC, from 2001 to 2016. As I speak, the youth and the children of Uganda are still being kidnapped, killed, some are in prison, being tried in a military court, even though they are not soldiers. The presidential candidates who stood for election in 2021 are all quiet. Cultural leaders, religious leaders, members of parliament are quiet. They are not talking about the kidnap, the killing of the youth, the murder that had been taking place in Uganda and is still taking place. We hear that a group of soldiers had been arrested for beating up journalists just to save faces. Our youth and children are being crushed, killed, murdered, tortured. I got a audio from West Nile, a sister who traveled to West Nile and was narrating what she saw on the ground, the killing, the dumping of bodies in lakes. Believe me, brothers and sisters, what is happening in Uganda today is not only happening in the central, it is happening in the east, it's happening in the north, it's happening in the west. And believe me, we will not shut down until the truth is wide open. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscription button so that you don't miss your daily information on Uganda. Let me be clear and let's get started. Today in Uganda, you cannot go fishing in one of the lakes. If you do, you'll be shot, killed, murdered, or disappear. Some people are asking me, what are you talking about? I told them that the fish in the lakes belong to Uganda military industrial complex. They protect it, they sell the fish abroad, and the dollars, the pounds, the euro they get, they use it for sustaining the dictatorship. During the election, the president of the National Unity Platform, NUP, Bobi Wine, went for a campaign in Kalangala Island. And what surprises us all, Kalangala Island is another state within a state, because the amount of security, the amount of the military was more than in any part of Uganda. And then ones begin to ask themselves, what has gone wrong? Why are North Korea in Kalangala, are they working on a weapon of mass destruction? And then you can ask yourself, why are the North Korea in Luweero, are they working on a chemical weapon or poison to finish our people? Those are the questions that Ugandans have to start asking themselves. When I say that most of those presidential candidates are quiet, they are. The elders are quiet, they are. The religious leaders are quiet, they are. The cultural leaders are quiet, they are. Because they are benefiting from the system of dictatorship. When they get free cars, they get free money. And our member of parliament are quiet. They are saying nothing. They are doing nothing. When Besigye started leading the opposition, he did his best, but he was betrayed by his own members of parliament, who started receiving golden handshakes, sitting in different committees, traveling abroad, getting huge allowances. Believe me, brothers and sisters, history may repeat itself. My message to the President of National Unity Platform: watch your back with those members of parliament, because our member of parliaments are like prostitutes. They jump from one bed to the other. We have to make sure that the youth, our children, the next generation, don't die for nothing. When Besigye was with the FDC, we lost a lot of youth. We lost a lot of our children. Even kids got caught up in a stray bullet. It is time that now Bobi Wine have taken over from FDC in the parliament as the biggest opposition party. We should not be fighting one another. Not the NUP, not the Uganda People's Congress, not the Democratic Party, not the INT, not the independents. But let's be honest, most of these people are there for their own interest. I know Besigye. I met him several times when he was in Europe. Besigye is a Ugandan physician. politician, a former military officer in the Uganda People's Defense Forces. He served Uganda in the bush and on the ground. In the bush, he became the personal physician for the president. And when they came to power in 1986, at the age of 29, he was appointed Minister of State for Internal Affairs. And later, as a Minister of State in the President's office, and he was given the post of a national political commissaries. One could as well say, Besigye was one of the top brass that created the NRM political system of today. He was the commissaries. We may agree to disagree, but let's be honest, he is a good man. In 1991, he became a commanding officer of the mechanized regiment in Masaka, central Uganda. In 1993, he was appointed the Army Chief of Logistics and Engineering. But if you go back to his history before joining the NRM, Besigye worked at Mulago Hospital after he graduated from Makerere University in Human Medicine. He worked at Mulago Hospital. And later, when he fled to Kenya, he worked at the 𝐷𝐴 Hospital and later Kenyatta National Hospital in Nairobi before he joined the National Register Movement in 1982. We understand he saved the life of the president when he collapsed during the Kabamba II attacks. The two former comrades in arms during the Bush War of 1981 to 86 that put Museveni into State House. He contested for the presidency since 2001 to 2016. Besigye was in that shape. He saw that the ship was going the wrong direction. And he said, no, we cannot continue like this. Because it could be he's a man of principle, which I believe he is. he saw a lot within the NRM. He saw things that he didn't believe in. So what he did, he wrote a document that accused the ruling national resistance movement of being undemocratic, dishonest, and corrupt. And they almost took him to a court martial because he broke rank with the group. He disobeyed the group he once trusted. As I told you before, NRM is a group of crooks and thieves. And the document that Besigye wrote make it very clear today that NRM has lost it all. He is a man who had been in and out of prison for so many years. He was accused of things he even didn't do. Rape. He went through tear gas, and the president of National Unity Platform Bobi Wine just followed into his footsteps. He never escaped tear gas. He never escaped being locked up. These two gentlemen have turned prison into their own home. Sometimes they're locked up at home. Sometimes they're locked up in prison. And it's not for nothing. We cannot allow the killing of our youth to continue. Not long ago, I read a comment at Wang-oo, the fireplace, the voice of Uganda, for the people, by the people. A comment by one of our sisters who said, supporting Bobi Wine is not a crime. And those who supported Besigye or supporting Besigye is not a crime. We as Ugandans, we should realize that we are not united. We are divided. You can just see by the presidential candidates, when they finish, they are not thinking of our youth who are being killed. They are not thinking of people who are in prison. They are not thinking of people in West Nile that are being dumped into lakes. They are not thinking of people in northern Uganda, eastern Uganda, who are going through hell. Some of them you don't hear about it. We have to change our mindsets. And to you, our youth, it is time you change your mindsets. Because if you live with that ideology, with that idea of captivity in an NRM dictatorship, then we are going to have a lost generation. During the war in Luwero Triangle, which I call Luwero Genocide, during the war in Acholi Triangle, which I call Acholi Genocide, we didn't like one another. We didn't care about one another. But as I said before, if your neighbor's house is on fire, don't just stand there and begin to laugh, because that fire will gut your house too. And today, the ghost of Luwero genocide, the ghost of Acholi genocide has come back to haunt us all. Whether you are a Forum for Democratic Change, whether you are a National Unity Platform, whether you are a Democratic Party, whether you are a Uganda People Congress, whether you are a elder, whether you are religious leaders, whether you are cultural leaders, we have a problem. We know everybody born onto this earth is born with a demon inside them. It is our task to fight the demon inside before going out to help somebody else to fight his own demon. If you cannot talk about your children being killed, you cannot stand up for your youth being killed, and then you call yourself member of parliament, you call yourself politician, you call yourself cultural leaders, you call yourself religious leaders. It's a shame for the religious leaders. That God of yours must be crazy. Must be crazy. Don't try to cheat the people of Uganda. We are not stupid. It is time we all wake up and let's keep the name of those youth and children who died to save Uganda from dictatorship, who offered their life not because they want to offer, but it was taken away from them by the junta regime. My appeal to you two leaders, Kizza Besigye and the president of National Unity Platform, there is no time to be wasted, and there is no time to give up. The blood of our youth, the blood of our children, the blood of Ugandans is thicker than water. It is time we stand firm, and all of us have to walk with the youth, to walk with the kids, to walk with Ugandans, a long walk to freedom. The youth started it. We are going to join them in a long walk to freedom. A long walk to freedom. Believe me, brothers and sisters, we are not done yet. Don't let anybody deceive you that the struggle is over. No. They can kill us for many years, but let me give you one example. The Jews were massacred, killed, but they were not stupid. They made sure they documented each and everything that is happening to them. And so many years after today, they are using it to prosecute, to look for those who persecuted the Jews. And that is the same thing we are going to do, I promise. We will document each and every document, every killing, and we will make sure that wherever you are, don't forget to talk, to mention the name of those youth who died in cold blood. Mention the name of those youth and our children who are still in detention. They have to be free so that we can continue together in a long walk to freedom. Thank you for listening. And remember, I will be back.